What are you looking at, buddy?
He looks like if a prescription bottle was a person.
And gentlemen, welcome to Scrutinized. This is a game about being on neighborhood watch, and you have to file reports in your area.
Hot MILFs in my area?
Autocorrecting a lot here.
We have a lot to get into, so let's just jump right into the game.
Here we are, night one.
I should get to my computer and get the night started.
First off, our house looks like an elder home. And second, that cutscene took forever.
Were you listening at all?
No, not one bit. I actually want you to explain what I need to do.
You cannot be serious, Donald.
I'm sitting here waiting, aren't I?
The character, Luna, is trying to hunt down the blue blood killer, which claimed her cousin's life. She hopes to do so by going through neighborhood watch reports in hopes of finding some evidence.
Is she stupid? What kind of ego does she have?
Not like her cousin was killed or anything.
Whatever. But I'll play along. Time to lock down this neighborhood and help this lady mourn in peace.
There's definitely going to be more to mourn after we're done.
Hello, door? Seems like this lady's house is against her, too.
A breaker unit there, I'm sure that's not important.
What's this? Wanted by the FBI, the blue blood killer.
Looks like it's our bulletin board for research.
Was this our cousin? Man, no wonder she got killed. The ego must run in the family.
That's a bit, you know what? I won't say what I want to say.
Oh, yeah, you can tell we're single, too. This is our dedication. No man or anything satisfying in life.
Donald, just when will fictional characters be safe around you?
Never. Now let's get to work. We got a lot of desktop icons here. Are we going to be using all of these?
If I remember correctly, we do, but that's only because these have minimal functionality to them.
Well, here's the report desk. What do we have cracking tonight?
I don't think it's appropriate to sunbathe in your backyard with little clothing on when you willingly know some teenage boys live around you. What?
Didn't know Colleen Ballinger was still around.
Wow.
All right, this looks like the identification system, so we just pop the information in here, right?
Yep, you got it.
The police are going to love digging through your search history, ma'am.
Search history isn't a safe topic around you, Donald.
Listen, I would be scared straight into a hiding hole if I saw your browsing history.
You're scared of mine. There's got to be war crimes hiding in yours. And that probably isn't the worst thing in there.
Can't even go 5 seconds without yapping about the game.
Well, at least we don't need help browsing the internet, Joe.
I was the one that built this laptop, you boofhead. The saying is wrong. You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Well, speaking of new tricks, do I fill out this weight or not? Because we don't know it.
I'm not helping you with everything.
Fine. I didn't need your help anyways.
So why did you
We'll
ask?
just search right from the get-go.
Or cut me off, that works too.
Hold on a minute. We got 4 different results here.
Rachel Green of Montana. Convenient how we just have access to this sort of stuff.
Donald, what are you doing?
What now?
That's going to submit the ticket. Don't do that just yet. Look around a bit more. Use more of the apps.
Can you let my jockstrap breathe a bit? I wasn't going to submit it yet. I just wanted it as a placeholder. Remember, I'm the world's best security guard. The very best.
Well, what is the very best security guard plotting?
Look at this right here. Social spy, I assume, allows you to spy on other people's social media.
Your gut instinct isn't letting you down so far.
We need some real substantial evidence.
We got something. Hold on.
Check out my page on Only Admirers. Made a 50% discount for everyone that signs up before Dare Day on June 1st. Come quick and you'll get something special.
Single mother alert. I hope your landlord raises your rent.
All right, then.
Well, so far, it's not looking good for Rachel Green, especially if she's trying to get nasty on the poop deck.
Regardless of what she's doing, it's pretty nasty when you call it a poop deck, Donald.
Taking the name a bit literal, Barack.
Let's see if we can get any results on police records. Maybe that'll help solidify our case here against Rachel.
That definitely won't be enough. We need some real hard knocks evidence. And there's not any police records regardless.
Dang, nothing on any of the Rachels? I was thinking there had to be some sort of loitering charge or something.
Swing and a miss.
Well, let's see what other magic we got in our bag of tricks.
SIM database. Let's just type in her name and see if there's any results for anything.
If I'm correct, this is regarding their cell phone information. So we should be able to pull up old
Got it.
messages and things of that nature.
I feel like we're violating several laws while we're in the process of this, but who cares?
Now you're getting into the spirit, Obama.
I don't know if I would call it spirit.
What am I supposed to do here?
We have to crack a code or something?
Why can't I crack it? That's the right number. Oh, we have to adjust the dial?
Looks like it, but how can we tell when it's right?
Are you serious? That made no sense. I had the right number in the first place. Why do I have to crack it open like a safe?
Most likely still has security protocols, Donald.
Well, we'll get back to that later.
I needed a bathroom break anyways.
We just started.
He's holding his phone in a weird way. Freaky Obama is back at it again.
Shut up, will you?
Don't take too long. Last time Michelle was in there, I had to call a plumber.
How's the race coming along?
Great. How's the dropping out coming along?
It's fantastic. I can focus on horror games and finally relax in my golden years.
For you, it's most likely the silver years.
Yeah, your hair absorbed all the gold before my years could get to it.
The jealousy of not having hair is running rampant on you.
There's a joke I could make about your toupee, but unlike you, it's running away from me.
Speaking of running, how's the dropping out coming along?
We just keep going in a circle, huh?
Old habits die hard, Joseph. Old habits die hard.
You know, some circles end, though.
Yeah, I do. Circle of life is all about doing many things for the last time. An interesting concept, very interesting.
C'est la vie, as they say.
Yep.
Are you not going to pause the game?
In all honesty, I expected Obama to just wiggle his juice out, but something tells me he's not using a urinal.
I have the plumber on speed dial, if necessary.
Something tells me Obama doesn't know that.
Something is telling you right.
All right, did I miss anything?
Do I need to?
And no, you do not need to call the plumber, Joe.
Just making sure.
While you were treating that bathroom like Shrek's outhouse, we found out that Rachel bought some interesting apparel from a store called Pleasure Palace.
Sunless bronzer, sunbathing mask, and sun tanning oil.
All of which someone would be purchasing if they were going to sunbathe.
To be fair, this lady does seem like a Karen the fact she's this into someone's business, but I can see how it's a problem with adolescents next door.
Well, this is a giant waste of time because I doubt this beanstalk of a woman is linked to the blue blood killer in any way. But I'm already this deep into this mess, so I might as well just check out all of our tools.
Good thing the old dog knows some new tricks.
Whatever jargon you say, remember to unplug the computer and plug it back in when we have technical issues.
That won't erase your history, Donald.
And yet here you are, likely scheming at ways to erase yours.
Anyways,
I think we already narrowed it down to this lady right here. However, I still want to crack this sim just because it's annoying me.
We also only have circumstantial evidence with this. I say we still need to look for something a bit more concrete.
Oh, I'm in. What are you looking up, Rachel?
Bunch of only admirer searches on here. Looks like she's following up with her social media inquiries.
I wonder if she ever thought people would be snooping around her phone.
They don't have inner monologue. Now let's get to the pictures.
Of course, Donald is fixated.
Boring. Let's see what's in text convos.
Seems like she's having a pretty enthralling conversation with Amber Kay.
Rachel just recently sent an email to only admirers, but this just backs up what we already have.
I think that tanning purchase is evidence enough. It's not like we really need to attach any of this. We already know that this lady is the one doing all of this anyways.
Yeah, but if we don't have anything solidified, the report could be rejected, which only creates more problems for us.
Like we need any of that. Isn't the whole point of the game to avoid people that are hunting us down?
Not ironic at all that we're browsing through a virtual prostitute's phone.
I'm just reading along here trying to regurgitate what they're texting, but in all honesty, it's not really anything substantial.
If they're talking about all this, maybe they should talk about finding a father figure. How about that?
You never know, maybe her father is still around.
Yeah, well, he's only been at the store for the past 23 years.
Well, from the looks of it, we've done just about everything we can.
I'll just use this as the evidence and we'll go from there.
You know, Donald, a part of this game is checking around the house to make sure nobody has broken in. I highly, highly recommend you do that. We haven't gotten up since the start of the game.
I had other matters to attend to, like shaming a Reddit girl. All right, let's look around a bit more.
I'm surprised we didn't get up to stretch in the first place.
Why is this window open? Luna, are we stupid?
Fresh air, I guess.
That window is already closed. How do I lock it? How do I lock the window?
Does it not let you?
No, I thought I was clicking it, but I wasn't. I guess Luna really is stupid after all.
She ranks pretty high in the legal system.
Well, her taste in art sucks. That was a horror-looking painting.
Sort of reminds me of that One Weekend album cover.
I'm starting to think Luna is actually deficient in common sense. Like your cousin got killed, and you have the bright idea to keep all of your windows open?
Interesting choice, but I think that's how the house starts out, so I think we just have to be ready.
Good heads up for next time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is the room dark? I don't like dark rooms in my own house.
Did we even go into this room?
I'm not sure, but I can't remember if the game starts off with all of the lights on or not. Might be a good idea to make a mental note of our surroundings.
It's probably financially irresponsible to keep all the lights on at one time, unless we get paid the big bucks.
When you have to have a flashlight regularly equipped to your waist just to walk around your own house, that's a problem.
Seems like she's used to this sort of pressure, whoever's applying it.
Donald, it is not a good idea to be in the dark. Just turn the light on.
There's not even a light switch. Well, I'll just shut up.
On top of the many stupid things that you've said and done, I rate this on the C tier.
Blah, blah, blah. Go cry to your wife about it.
Isn't what you just did a form of crying in a way?
He'll never admit that, though.
This is like the third time I tried to go in the bedroom and the door acts like a nightclub bouncer.
Maybe this house is haunted.
Like, look at this. Why do they always try to crease my J's?
I think creasing your J's should be the least of our concern right now. This is the third window that's just been opened.
There's someone in the house. Guarantee there's someone in the house, probably hiding on the terrace or something.
Then that wouldn't be in the house.
You know what I mean.
We really don't.
Sec cams. Did we need to be doing this the whole time?
I thought that was mostly understood, but I stand corrected.
Oh, we're on our Five Nights at Freddy's for sure. Make sure we don't have animatronics moving around.
So far, I don't see any bears or bunnies trying to make it clap, and I'd prefer to keep it that way.
Trying to make it what?
Instagram Reels found a home rooted away in Donald's memory cabinet.
Whoa, what just happened? Did someone just turn the power off?
Do you remember where the breaker is? We could probably use that to turn the power back on.
That's what I'm trying to remember, but I don't want to get put in a body bag. Is it in this room right here?
Just brace yourself for impact.
Is it? No, this is the bathroom. Why doesn't this lady have a gun or something? Did you not see what happened with your cousin?
If we're doing things like this, I feel like having a firearm is almost necessary.
Here we are, the breaker. Now let's not die. Wait, do I have to flip more on?
I think that should be it. I don't remember the game having a multiple breaker mechanic.
Oh, wait. And just like that, we have light in this household once again.
Now, I think it's important that we, did you open that?
Either I have the strongest swing on planet Earth or we need to call Zach Bagans.
This isn't a bad spot, now that I have a second look at it. Could use some carpet in the living room, though. That's what I will say.
Maybe some better lights, too? Ones that don't always turn on and off?
She definitely gets her supplies from Family Dollar.
With how much paper she uses, I don't blame her.
All right, time to submit the report now. Do I drag it over here or something? Does that shredding mean report filed?
No, it means we shredded the report. So all of the work that we just did meant nothing.
Well then.
It was a stupid report anyways. On to the next one.
Yep, that's certainly cope.
Last night I was awoken in the middle of the night by what sounded like a group of men talking directly outside my window. I went downstairs to get a visual of what they looked like. When I turned on the outside lights, they scattered like a bunch of cockroaches.
Yeah, he's liberal.
I counted 6 white men with dark clothing on.
What are you talking about?
I walked outside and found they broke some parts off my golf cart in an attempt to steal it, I think.
Rule number 1 is to get the shotgun. He failed that rule, and now he's forced to look at a middle-aged woman on neighborhood watch, take care of his problems.
He was outnumbered 6-1. You can't really blame him. Also, this is the entire purpose of the neighborhood watch.
Just to put it out there without any future harassment, I would be the best neighborhood watchman, the very best.
With the mansion you live in, there isn't much of a neighborhood to watch.
Shrubbery can get pretty active in the late night.
Whenever you two stop being Democratic fuddy-duddies is the day we can prosper as a country.
I wasn't even trying to be whatever Polish word you just said. I was being realistic. How do you anticipate an all-nighter when the only thing you have to watch is your butler picking up the DoorDash?
It must be the time of year where snails can sprout from banana trees because you're as slow as they get. Haven't you heard of cameras, Obama? No internet connection?
Oh yeah, there's a router in the backroom closet that you have to reboot. Forgot to tell you that.
You also forgot to tell him what's a shredder and what's not.
You see, this is why I'm the best watchman and you're not. Even with me being in the mansion, I'm the very best.
That's my point. How would you even monitor the neighborhood when all the cameras would barely wrap around your house?
Silly, silly Obama. Always worrying about the over and never worrying about the under. Is it good to go?
Yep.
Perfect. Obama, you need to get your head under the clouds before lightning strikes your big old bald head.
Are you going to stop talking in riddles or are you going to answer my question?
This is like witnessing Batman talk to the Joker in real time.
You cannot be a real person. Did you just forget that cameras can exist anywhere on planet Earth? Why would I need cameras to be directly attached to my house?
Yeah, real intuitive thought when there's no power at the end of the street.
Obama, you bloody tampon, you're getting stupider and stupider the more you talk. Do batteries not exist for you liberals, or is that not environment friendly enough?
Say, Joe, how's the weather? It's fantastic. How are you doing today, Joe? I love bickering in front of the camera with thousands of people watching. Me too, Joe.
Look what you're doing. Joe needs his headlights changed.
This might be the worst conversation we've ever had, and let's hope no one asks us how to change a light bulb. We'll die before we do.
I'm surprised we didn't get a larger pool of results here.
Wait, are we looking for all 6 of them or just one? Are all 6 guys exactly 5'6" and 225 pounds?
Dang, 5'6" and 225 pounds. How did he scatter so fast?
He must have rolled away like an Autobot or something.
You make it hard not to comment on your weight.
Well, none of these guys really match the report, but it's easier to guesstimate someone's height rather than their weight. So I'll assume the height is more accurate.
This is an eyewitness testimony.
We got Barry Wright, age 26, weight 182 pounds. Well, you're in the right place, pal.
He does not look like he's 26 or 182 pounds.
I don't think the game paid that much attention to detail.
Well, we're gonna roll with this guy for now. He best matches the description. But let's try to find some more evidence before we throw the book at him.
I want you to notice the red square up at the top of this screen. That's how many reports that we can get wrong throughout the week. If we get so many wrong, then we fail our quota.
Made a mental note for it when Donald dies and I have to take over.
Which is never. So we have Barry's social media, and he looks like he's just down to get dirty.
Seems like we have a certified lover boy on our hands.
But so far, this doesn't really prove anything regarding destruction of property.
You have a point. Abigail is fine. She's made of sunshine. Her kisses are sweet, but her skeletons are obsolete. Is this guy just taking pictures of random women?
He must be, because he certainly has zero game.
Nothing wrong complimenting a girl, but posting about multiple women is certainly an interesting choice.
Yeah, this freak is definitely still using Facebook. Another Zuckerberg Zucker, if you catch my drift.
I really don't.
Just off his inability to keep a woman, I'm going to search police records. Maybe this will point us in the right direction.
If not, it may be the best case to look at another person, because I don't think we have a strong case here.
Yep, we really don't have a case here.
Who should we pick
But
next?
something strikes me off about this guy. I'm almost positive there's something here. We just have to keep digging.
Oh, okay then.
That's a risk, Donald.
Now, hold on. What did he buy here?
Spice blend, percolated pipe, red cherry syrup, rainbow slinky, massage oil, and glow sticks.
For $380? Did he buy 1,000 glow sticks for a Mr. Beast challenge?
No, those women on Barry's Facebook look too old to be Mr. Beast fans.
They're also too old to be around Mr. Beast and his team anyways.
I knew the Mr. Beast Island seemed familiar.
Can't say that one too loud.
This guy's a blown-out weirdo. I don't know whatever RuPaul's Drag Race events that he's holding in his bedroom, but he needs to be investigated more.
Again, this is a risk because we don't have anything that ties him to this specific report. He could also be associated with another report that we'll have in the future, so keep that in mind.
Got it. Now we spy on him.
Ladies and gentlemen, reminder that this is a very common thing to happen.
Whoa, what is he looking up?
GHB, truth serum, and local young single ladies.
And how to dig a hole for a body?
I told you this guy was a freak.
GHB is a party drug, by the way, so this is hinting he could have drugged someone and they overdosed.
Well, that seals the deal. Even if he's not related to the report, I gotta let people know that this man is basically guilty of murder.
I thought you weren't about being guilty until proved innocent.
He practically proved himself guilty. All right, let's stretch out and get a good look around. No Russian men hiding, that's good.
That's your definition of a good look around?
Well, we're dead.
I'm not done looking around, you simpletons. I'm still gonna do my due diligence on the cameras. I can't have any leprechauns attacking us.
Leprechauns.
I think he means the guy in the lab suit.
All right, how do I submit this thing?
Drag it over. It looks like you already knew.
They don't call me the world's best neighborhood watchman for a reason.
I'm not so sure, Donald. Look at the top of the screen. The number near the red square just went up.
Are you serious?
I told you to watch out for that. If the report isn't consistent, why would anybody investigate?
My bad for wanting to catch a freakazoid, but I guess we're on to the next report.
There have been several cars in and out of Devon's driveway today. More than one of them didn't even have plates on the vehicle, and I'm pretty sure he was arguing with one of the drivers while gesturing for him to get the car into his garage.
Plug weird, but he
He
chilled.
caught me on looking the commotion and gave me this look that said, go the fuck inside and mind your business.
Interesting.
Which is exactly what I did, but I continued to watch from the comfort of my home.
This guy is a loser.
When everything settled, he went to shake the driver's hand and the driver pulled his hand away.
Certainly didn't mind his own
I
business.
squinted to see what was wrong with Devon's hands, and they had an odd, unnatural reddish hue to them.
Plug is most certainly more than weird, but the person filing this report is no better. You don't have anything better to do than spy on your neighbors?
We're on Neighborhood Watch for a reason. I'm assuming the only people that are reporting to Neighborhood Watch are at least in their 40s.
Typically, the younger generation are too involved with their own lives that they don't care, or they can't afford houses in neighborhoods with Neighborhood Watch.
That says a lot about the current state of the economy. and the current leader of the economy.
Are we really doing this? We're playing a tattletale game of I Spy, and we're going to argue over the economy?
No, but if you shout like this, I'm going to match your energy.
You two don't have a lot of shouts left. Don't be wasting them here.
Oh, I'm just messing around. I don't really care.
Oh,
No results found?
did you type out any of the information wrong?
I don't think I did. I'm checking back and forth right now, and all of it looks right.
Joe, any input?
I'm trying to remember if the game has some reports that the suspects are almost impossible to find.
Well, we can't really file a report if we don't have a lead, so we might be out of luck on this one. Yeah, Devin just doesn't even exist or something. He's a figment of this guy's imagination.
So what now? Do we just move on to the next report or something?
I'm going to check his name on any debit cards because they have to list his government name on legal documentation.
Let's hope we can get some sort of result. Never mind.
Well, I'm just convinced that this person doesn't exist.
What's your move?
I don't really care. I'll submit it just to calm that guy's nerves.
Don't look now, but it was another wrong report.
I knew that guy was a drug addict, just like Rambley from the last game.
Rambley wasn't on drugs. He was just eccentric.
I was jogging around the park and I saw a woman pushing a girl into a car. I had my headphones in and they were far away, but it looked like the girl was crying as she clutched her face.
What the?
What? I should get some rest. Oh, we're going to bed.
Finally, after a bunch of hard work, the world's best neighborhood watchman can at least get a good night's rest.
What the?
Ow, that hurt.
And we just lost the game.
We got kidnapped? Why did we get kidnapped? Is that because of the stupid reports?
No, we died because we didn't check the windows. The windows will automatically pop open due to a failure in the lock mechanics, and someone can sneak in if we don't regularly check them.
Would have been nice to know beforehand, Joe. Now I got to see this smiling critter fanboy come in with the bass drop again.
You know what that means, right? The music agrees. It's my turn to play.
All right, Obama, since I'm the world's best neighborhood watchman, I'll give you some tips.
We got a broken nose and a bloody lip last time we listened to you. I'll just go with my gut instinct for once.
We have to start playing more games that I'm not aware of because it's no fun just sitting back and watching you guys play.
Well, if you stopped picking the games that you played, maybe we would have that possibility, you dingus.
It's not my fault that these games are so good that you need to play them. Tell game developers to make good games that I've never played before.
Maybe you should have saved the game playing for retirement and not the Oval Office. Instead, we have Candy Cadet bringing back nickel candy and avoiding several critical wars.
Don't blame me. I just play horror games.
I'm not sure if that defense is going to stand on any weighted judgment.
I'm like the Burger King. I don't make the burgers, but I'm the king of them. In the same way, just because I'm president doesn't mean every little thing has to be something I worry about.
That sounds like something I would say. Why are you stealing my lines?
Yeah, you guys definitely need to stop being around each other so much.
I just know she has the BBL Drizzy headset.
The BBL hoo-ha?
It's a wonder if aliens really are avoiding this planet.
You know those headsets I'm talking about.
Not one bit.
You're on your own, man.
The headsets where they throw any customer service agent on a desk and make them answer internet calls.
Oh, a call center headset.
Yes, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Obama. I was losing myself in my thoughts for a minute.
That doesn't really sound like the comfiest headset in the world.
We've had this conversation before. Everything about customer service sucks, especially the people, but the equipment is certainly no better.
We're not even wearing a headset, are we?
Beats me, but I feel like we would need to if we're looking to hear things on the cameras.
Then how would we be able to hear the things inside?
You know, that's not an issue I'm really considering because we shouldn't be in this mess in the first place.
Life is unpredictable, they say.
So this is our suspect. And now we have to find evidence that he's been doing something that matches this report, right?
Right.
What did this Kroger employee do again? I didn't really care to read the report.
He had weird stains on his shirt and he was acting suspicious.
Why are these people so nosy?
No results for any social media. Can I use his alias?
You should be able to. Also, to answer your question, Donald, Neighborhood Watch is typically full of nosy people.
That's so stupid. Let a guy breathe or something. This guy doesn't even sound that weird. Maybe he spilled coffee on his shirt or something.
His social doesn't reveal anything either. All this post is saying is that he's available to pet sit, and this was over 6 years ago.
One punch man falling onto hard times.
We don't exactly have to be scared of getting one or two wrong, but keep in mind that the rejected reports don't reset. So the game could get really difficult later in the week.
I'm aware. That's why we need to get them correct now.
We got not one, but two purchases here. Big spender.
Some bleach, a black hoodie, and black jogger pants. Not suspicious at all.
Considering the report, that certainly raises some eyebrows.
Are we neighborhood watch for the entire city, or do we just live on O Block?
And now we have gloves, masks, rubbing alcohol, and disinfectant wipes.
Well then,
I feel like this is evidence enough, but we don't know if there was even someone butchered. That's the problem with these reports. There's nothing conclusive.
nothing is going to be conclusive. You have to remember these reports are flawed because they're based off of civilian perspectives.
You're telling me, do I put it as evidence or not? Ugh, this is frustrating.
Come on, you can find more than receipts, Obama. With that wall of apps, we're just going to use this tiddlywink of evidence?
No, you're right. I definitely can dig up more. I just have to be a bit more patient.
It's light work for you, Obama. These people are straight nimrods, absolute pea brains. They're not good with covering their tracks, so we can sniff them out like a hound dog.
Their text messages are a great place to start, especially when we take into account their purchases.
I was hesitant at first, but this man has to be hiding something under that big nose of his.
Now is it appropriate to say the term cavity search?
And we're in.
Oh, geez, you're right. He does have a big nose.
Focusing on the wrong thing here.
Is hydrogen peroxide safe on cotton clothes? More incrimination here.
Client and supplier?
Oh, this guy is a hitman. I think we found ourselves the money load right here.
Yeah, he's talking super weird.
Now we have client 23X. I think this is our gold mine.
Let's see here.
Do you want them held or do you want them gone? I want them gone. This man is doing what?
So that's what he meant on his Facebook when he was talking about pet sitting.
Yeah, sitting them in the grave.
Well, there's the evidence that we need. Putting him saying he doesn't get caught is so ironic.
Pride comes before the downfall, as they say.
All right, Big Nose Anthony. I suggest that you bring nose plugs to plug your nose in prison, because those prisoners will use anything and everything available to them.
Yeah, he's not seeing daylight again. Too bad, so sad. On to the next report.
That's the attitude to have, Barack.
It's no secret that Mr. Taylor's business is going down the gutter. Sounds like Mr. Taylor isn't as financially successful as the world's best businessmen, the very best.
You declared bankruptcy 5 different times.
6, actually, and they were all bold and strategic moves, very strategic.
Well, moving on from that little factoid, it seems Mr. Taylor is using some back alley business tactics to scrape by.
Well, so far he's innocent until proven guilty. That's what I say.
If only the judge preceding my trial thought the same, we might have had a chance to live in a perfect world.
Well, I will say that these neighbors have got to be the nosiest sons of guns I've ever seen.
Looks like we got a hit.
Alfred Taylor. You know, he kind of reminds me of Vivek Ramaswamy.
He looks nothing like him. Besides, maybe the same old businessman smile.
The receding hairline looks more like Barack.
And I regret saying anything.
Shoving your foot in your mouth again?
You know, we've been sitting here for a while. Let me check the cameras real quickly.
Smart thinking. I don't think Donald did enough of that, if we're being honest.
Would have helped if you said anything, you know.
I think he was talking about smart thinking. Wait, what's this, a bolo?
Oh yeah, read those real quick, Barack. They're actually important.
Again, where was this when I needed it?
Last night I thought I heard something outside my house, so I promptly checked my security cameras to see what it was and saw a strange man
Joe again?
creeping around.
I can still punch, you know.
Unsure of what this person was doing, snooping around outside, I shined the camera light on them to get a better look at who it was.
Is this the guy from the menu?
Yeah, this is the one.
Why is he mewing?
Couldn't tell you.
After clearly being caught, he ran off, but after checking the footage a couple times, his face seemed so familiar. It dawned on me after the fact that he matched the description of the man police were after for a murder.
Just the natural things that loiterers do.
It's our duty as members of the Watch to keep the community safe and aware of what's going on. I recommend everyone shares this message to monitor your cameras and, if available, use your camera lights to deter any suspicious persons away from your property.
How about sharing the message with the police? Or are we just stupid now?
Notice how it says we should use the lights on the cameras to deter anybody away. Keep watch on those cameras when we have free time.
Good to know, Joe. What about this other bolo?
What did they do to Agent 47?
As of today, we've notified the agency about a potential suspect we believe is involved in a sex trafficking ring.
Mr. Clean got his hands dirty.
We'd like to stress this message specifically to the women, as you could in fact be his next target.
And we just so happen to be a woman.
Based on the track record, it seems as if he is looking to kidnap women exclusively.
Because he's too weak to pick on someone his own size, I'll tell you that.
It's also come to my attention that the builder who developed many of the homes in this area cut some corners. Many of the reports point to a compromised window locking mechanism as the culprit behind the unwanted entries.
That's the reason we died, Donald. We didn't check the locks enough.
Security is key here. Leave your lights on ensure your windows are locked.
So because of someone else's construction ignorance, we have to suffer and deal with home invasions?
Yeah, welcome to Reality 101.
That's stupid. You're telling me we can't fix the lock mechanism in the daytime?
Luna must have a fear of going to hardware stores. But back to our friend Alfred.
That seriously upsets me. With the rich neighborhood we live in, there can't be a housing inspection done or something. And the internet is out? Luna, move out of here now. This is ridiculous.
Luna may be too focused on finding the blue blood killer that she neglects everything else in her life.
Luna, just do yourself a favor and move to an area that has Comcast. I'm begging you, because we cannot be resetting the internet multiple times a day.
Comcast isn't all that good, let's be honest with ourselves. Now Verizon, they're the real deal.
She could have Spectrum for all I care. Just get rid of AT&T. I've had enough of these shenanigans.
I can't turn around.
What?
Why can't I turn around?
I didn't try that. We can't even turn around while it's rebooting?
No, we can't. It's an interesting game mechanic, I'll say that.
Earth to Luna. Look at what AT&T is doing to us here. Even satellite would be better.
With the way we're going, we're certainly not going to get sponsored by AT&T anytime soon.
Why would I even want a sponsorship from AT&T? As soon as they try to send me money, the system would be rebooting.
I think we're being a bit dramatic here, but I won't argue. I'll just look up some more dirt on our old pal Alfred here.
There's not really much to go on besides word of mouth, but I suppose all these reports are word of mouth.
No results found for any social media, which is interesting, especially if he's trying to run a business.
How do you even prove that Alfred is supporting a crime syndicate?
I'm going to try his debit card to see if it spills any details, although I have my doubts. And it seems my doubts are going to prevail.
Target and a wine place. Seems like he had himself a bit of fun that night.
Maybe that's why his business is failing. The old tale of all play and no work makes Alfred a lazy couch potato.
That lazy couch potato doesn't seem to be getting himself in trouble either. I think our only gambit here now is to try his text messages, see if they reveal anything.
Let's give a big old round of applause for violating privacy.
Nothing is really private in this day and age.
Certainly not any governmental body we can blame for that.
Certainly not any governmental individual we can blame for that.
And I'm in.
How does social media work? Yeah, this guy is more than likely innocent.
Search history looks good. Nothing to hint that he's running some secret crime ring.
And we know how bad old people are when it comes to covering their tracks.
Anything in pictures? What a Facebook mom kind of gallery.
We got some text from Robert here.
Robert, I really need $2,000.
Yeah, this guy was supposed to be a mob boss, and he can't even be a boss baby. Tell me again, this case is valid.
I don't know what this has to do with Boss Baby, but I agree with you about the invalidity of this report.
I guess that's settled.
Now that I know I'm not going to report that guy, it's time to do the rounds.
Well, the only difficulties that we've seemed to have is when some crinkly bald man tried to sneak into the house and steal the Honey Nut Cheerios.
I wouldn't even mind the crinkly bald man outside of the house if the lock mechanic worked properly. And we still don't even know about the doctor guy.
Are the lab tech and the homeless man working together, Joe?
Not that I'm familiar with. I think the guy in the coat is a murderer while the Russian man is a kidnapper.
So we not only have one crazy, we have two of them. Two whole crazies.
At least they don't seem to be setting up any coordinated attack. I also think it's very unlucky that this lady falls under the scope of not just one maniac, but two of them.
Is this how people live in the inner city?
I think you're mixing up the inner city with modern-day Cleveland, but I can't blame you.
All right, well, I've pretty much seen all I needed to. Let's get this thing out of here.
Hey, look, that was the right call as well.
Light work for the team of the best security.
All right, and we can go ahead and shred that one too. Was that it?
Looks like it is.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you didn't die either. We've officially passed the night.
One night? All that work and we only got one night out of it? That took like an hour.
Actually, I think it was over an hour.
These nights are as grueling as you make them, really. Also, the reports increase as well, so there's that.
Why are the lights turned off?
You could also ask why they aren't turning back on. You're telling me this place doesn't even have backup generators?
It's not like that, Donald. I think I was turning on the wrong light. But I don't understand why she keeps opening up her windows during this dangerous time.
Maybe she doesn't have a working AC unit.
This lady practically lives in a house made out of dirty Q-tips and pizza cardboard, and you're telling me we're worried about neighborhood watch?
Luna really will catch the blue blood killer by any means necessary, but that also must mean that more than likely we aren't getting the best nutrition in our bodies.
A blood system made up of sugar substitutes and Subway sandwiches.
There's 13 different things that I would mix in that bloodstream, including black tar and cigarette ash, but Subway sandwiches seem just a bit too healthy.
Okay, I doubt she's a Dark Soul skeleton. I just mean proper amino acids and carbohydrates.
Your proposition has not altered the comparison, not even in the slightest.
All right, time to get the night started.
We have to do 5 reports tonight? We're not made of time, you stupid system.
There's a lot of construction sounds coming from Anthony's backyard, especially at night, when a lot of us in the neighborhood are trying to get some sleep.
Disturbing the peace, huh?
I've heard hammering, sawing, drilling, and even a jackhammer one night. My wife looked over the fence and swore she saw him building what seemed like several coffins.
I sincerely hope that no criminal is ever that stupid to build up his schemes in broad daylight. Not even Gotham would have that level of stupidity and crime.
He's not only making himself a target for his neighbors, he's making himself a target for the actual police force.
I'm going to be more general with my searches from now on. These reports can be off sometimes.
Yeah, it looks like that's the way to go. We actually have a pool of results this time.
I think that's our man in question.
Why do all of these suckers smile like they're taking a photo for a job interview? Their social media has to be some of the most boring, truly boring spots on the face of the internet.
Donald, yet again, focusing on what matters, truly matters.
As usual. What are you doing, Barack?
Something's not right. It was the quietest sound I've ever heard, but I swear I just heard something that I usually don't hear at that computer.
Elephant Ear Obama must be hearing the car crash from 15 blocks over. I wasn't able to hear a thing unless you have some unrecognized ESP.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but I do commend Barack for staying on the cautious side. You know how the game goes? The further you get into it, the more difficult it becomes.
Unless this lady just brands a big iron on her hip, what are we even going to do in the events that the crazy jacket man breaks into our house? Run outside and hope the Russian helps?
Maybe it's like a turf war thing, and both of them are fighting for the right to commit acts against humanity on us.
That's not something that you can really spin in a positive light, Barack.
Well, someone has to be positive, and it's certainly not you two at the moment.
Not a lot to be positive about. I'm watching this 6'3" man cosplaying a 5'2" Latina mom trying to fend off intruders with a spatula.
And is it or is it not working?
That's my point. The fact we have to ask ourselves that is the biggest problem of them all.
Anyways, back to our coffin critter over here.
Took a visit to the abandoned rail station of Manahala West, built in 1844 and decommissioned in 1986. If only I had ridden the majestic transport that ran through this beautiful country.
Well, he likes old people things. Maybe that will link him to a burial or something.
I don't know if you just saw at the top, but it seems like he's building something with another friend of his.
I did see that, actually, and is the main reason why I'm going to do a bit of digging around through his phone.
Golly goo, I'm so bored right now, I'm just this close to screaming.
We got some receipts here with quite the dollar bills listed on them.
Wait, the internet didn't go out?
No, you dingus. The message read that no police records were found.
Not much there from what I just gathered. Even if we prove that this guy is building something, who's to say that the wife was even right?
Building coffins also doesn't directly loop him to any murders. There is still a heavy amount of evidence that we would have to assume for there to be a valid report.
I don't want these people breathing down our necks the entire time when all we're trying to do is have a bit of fun here.
I'm trying to do a job, you're trying to have fun. We are not the same.
You're using Neighborhood Watch to help find the Blue Blood killer. I'm using Neighborhood Watch to judge the neighbors. We are not the same.
I don't think that was a point in your favor, Donald, but I'll just let Barack work his magic.
This is where all the gold is, after all.
Miniature trees, locomotive sets, backyard train sets. Yeah, this guy's wife clearly is a blonde, and I've never even seen her before in my life.
There's a bunch of pictures in here, too, of them building the train set. This is what they must be doing all hours of the day and night.
Sounds like the guy's wife just wanted a reason to put his name on a Neighborhood Watch report.
The nerve of some people to go out of their way to do that is astounding, truly astounding. The ignorance of the Montana mildew must be seeping into the brains of the civilians.
Well, whatever the case is, the report can just get shredded. Probably the biggest nothing burger that we've had so far.
We seem to be getting through this with a lot of ease, the biggest ease of the 21st century.
I wouldn't say that. For all you know, we could have left our car door unlocked and the jacket guy snuck in for the night.
It's true that crackheads also need a place to stay.
Homelessness is at an all-time high, I suppose, but the point is that you're wishing bad luck on us, Donald.
Here you go again with that superstition crap. Joe, listen to me and listen to me carefully.
Oh boy.
We could have our doors as wide as the sea, our windows ready and waiting to give every burglar a trip to Cancun. And even then, these scaredy cats wouldn't get in. Not a chance.
Whoa!
Well then, seems like Donald's taunting did the trick, and also lagged the jump scare as well.
We became a statistic?
Do I have full authority to blame that loss on Donald? Because He absolutely just willed that on me.
And so what if I did? What are you going to do about it?
Think fast.
What?
You did not think fast.
Did you just knock him out?
Didn't mean to, but he'll wake up soon enough.
I'll order some Papa John's for him. Maybe that'll snap him back into it.
Ooh, that sounds like it'll hit the spot. Get me something too.
You want pineapple on your pizza, I assume?
You want to end up like him?